welcome or welcome back to my channel. I am Tanaja J. You've already read by the title that I am going to be giving you guys a tutorial on my everyday makeup. It's really simple, kind of fast to me, so hopefully it can help those of you who have to get out of the house really fast on your way to work or to the airport or wherever you are in a hurry to get to. Hopefully this can help you because it is super simple, like super simple. But before I get started, let me get you guys to go ahead and subscribe to my channel. It's gonna help me grow. Share, like, comment, because I definitely want to get you guys' ideas on what you would like to see more from me. Also, Instagram. Follow me on Instagram at TheTanajaJ, and also follow my business page, which is Seen a Sequel. That's I'll do all of that, but yeah, Seen a Sequel, TheTanajaJ on Instagram, and also feel free to shop with me at seenasequel.com. So, and I'll put some cute little stuff up here so you can see what we have going on. As you can see, I am still in my pajamas and there's no background, and the reason being is because I simply did not feel like it. That might sound lazy. With that being said, I don't want to give the illusion that I'm always on, because I'm really not. My mood is not always on, and not saying that I'm in the worst of moods right now, but this video is really for me to be a little bit more productive than I feel like I've been this week, and also because sometimes putting on a little bit of makeup does cheer your girl up. So I figured, why not knock out two birds with one stone? So yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. If you have some tea, some wine, whatever time of day it is for you, grab you something to drink, sit down, because I'm probably going to talk and ramble about a bunch of okay. I've already washed my face, and I put on my daytime moisturizer and everything. Other than that, I really don't use primer at all. It's just not something that I feel that I need, so I don't use primer. However, I am gonna start with this liquid glow from Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's in the color Peach Fizz. And what I do is apply this directly on my skin. I'm probably running out. Okay, there we go. So I apply it directly on my skin. I might have gotten a little lazy with the way that I do a lot of these applications, but girl, I really don't care because I'm only working on myself. So yeah, I apply this directly on my skin, as you can see. And what I was reaching for is this, I don't know what, this is a face tapering brush from, who? I don't know. But sometimes I'll go in with this brush to kind of spread it out a little bit, blend it in a little bit. I don't know if that's correct, but that is just what I do. Sometimes I just use my hands. There isn't really much of a difference that I notice between using a brush and using my fingers. But yeah, I do this underneath my foundation to create more of a natural glow. As you can see, it's still kind of harsh, but once we get to the end, it's gonna make sense. Let me know in the comments what you guys have been up to. I know it's been a month since my last video, so I'm interested to hear from you all. All right, so now that I have that pretty much blended in the way that I want it to be blended in, I'm gonna go in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills brow pencil, or what is this, brow wiz. Ooh, here we go again. There we go. I use the shade dark brown. Again, there's nothing extremely fancy about what I do to myself. Nothing at all. I just go in with some light strokes here to create the rest of my brow, but I mostly just apply the pencil. Oh, I'm sorry. I mostly just apply the pencil towards the outer wing of my brow, if for lack of better words. Nothing extravagant. I really don't do those strokes or anything like that, trying to make it look, girl, because I'm not a makeup artist. Okay, I have been down that road before, and it's not for you, girl. I put it on, and it just works for me. Now, I know I mentioned that I'm not sure, I don't remember if I mentioned, but I'm not going anywhere today but to my kitchen because I do feel like cooking. Also, another thing to follow me on Instagram for. You can check out my stories because your girl be cooking down, okay? I really do be putting my big toe in these meals that I be cooking. Okay. So now that I've got my brow shaped out pretty much the way that I want it to be shaped, I am going to go in with my concealer and my flat brush. Now I am using Anastasia Beverly Hills pot concealer. This is what it looks like. And my nifty little flat brush. I don't know if the girls are still outlining their brows because I really haven't watched a makeup tutorial in such a long ass time. But it's what I'm gonna do. It's what I'm gonna do. It's what works for me, honey. I'm just gonna create the shape that I usually like. Another thing is that I do have a lot of brand name makeup products, but girl, let me tell you something. You go down to the beauty supply or to your local Walgreens, Target, CVS, and you can find the products. You can find you some good products without having to spend so doggone much. I've gotten so deep into makeup that a lot of times I do prefer the more high-end makeup products, but definitely not a necessity. All right. Now, I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's, you should be able to see it. Nicely shaped underneath. And I'm gonna go over the top as well. Now, I do have some brow wax that I bought from Anastasia Beverly Hills, but honestly, I really don't use it that much. I liked it because one of my friends was using it when we were out together. I was like, ooh, that look cute. And so I bought it, but now I barely use it. I also do go over the top of my brow to finish that shaping. Again, not sure what the girls are doing these days, but that's what I'm gonna do. And it works out for me every time. I just need to fill that in a little bit because I think I probably took a little bit off when I was shaping. But yes, this is going to be the brow. Now, you don't just leave that like that. You want to make sure that you blend that out. No harsh lines, okay? I know one thing has not changed in makeup, and it's no harsh lines. So I'm just gonna blend that out. Don't be afraid to get kind of close to that brow line because you can always go back in and fill out the spots that you might, have wiped off a little bit. But you just want to make sure that you don't have harsh lines. Now look at that. You see that? From this to that. Okay? All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do the other brow. And something that you guys need to always remember is that they are sisters and not twins. Okay, so this one might do something totally different, but that's okay. I just need them to both be cute. I don't need them to be like T and Tamara. And what I'm doing here is kind of blending it down just so it's not so hard or difficult to blend out when I am actually using the blending brush, okay? I just blend it down because I don't want a harsh line. Y'all remember when I thought I wanted to be a traveling makeup artist? I had to been out of my mind. I mean, it sounds good because I wanted to travel, so it just seemed like a really fun or easy way for that to be done. But when I think about just packing my things alone, okay, when I think about that, and then having to pack makeup for someone else, it didn't really sound fun. I used to do makeup like when I first graduated from cosmetology school. Yeah, I actually used to work at the salon, but it was like really probably one of the worst experiences I could have had fresh out of cosmetology school, and I kind of just never picked it back up. I also really don't like that when people know that you're good at something, they think you want to do it all the time, or they think you want to do it all the time
for free.
So that kind of discouraged me a little bit. And then I picked up doing lashes, which I really actually miss, if I'm being honest. But you know, I just put it down. I think I put it down too soon. Not that I couldn't pick it back up and, you know, excel at it, but it's just not at the top of my list of things to do right now. Now that I've got my brows shaped and blended, I am going to go in with my Fenty Eaze Drop foundation, or skin tint rather. I use it in the color, I don't know, hold on. Yeah, I use it in the color 24, but this is not like a full coverage kind of thing. It can be if you want to, but so as you can see, I kind of just lightly, well, I don't know if this is light to you, but it's light to me. Lightly apply it, okay, in my main areas of concern. And then I'm gonna take my foundation blending brush and I'm gonna spray that with my Smashbox primer water. Now you can use really any you can use any you know, setting spray. You can use any setting spray. I like to get my brush a little bit moist before I use it, but sometimes I go in with the Smashbox primer, and sometimes I'll go in with some Mario Badescu skincare. Actually, I think I'm gonna use this because it's almost out anyway. I went to New Orleans over the weekend, child, and I had a blast. But yeah, I'm spraying the brush down with the Mario Badescu facial spray with aloe, cucumber, and green tea. It's almost out, so I was just like, let me go ahead and use this one. So what I do is just blend in a circle. You'll have to spray your brush down again just because you want to make sure that you're getting a even application. So I'm gonna spray it one more, well, not one more time, I'm gonna spray it again. Because I'm taking it over here on this side. And again, just kind of circling that in. It's not, again, it's not heavy. I needed to hit that mustache one time, but oh well, I'm human with hormones. So girl, a mustache, if you see a mustache, that's what you're gonna get today. But you see how beautifully that blended into my skin? I don't really have a specific way that I do it. That is how I start, from this side to this side and then the top. But no real, I don't know, technical ways of moving the brush. I am trying to, you know, conceal a lot of the glow that I applied earlier. Not to cover it up, but just so it doesn't look so harsh. This is kind of what it looks like. I might go back over it one more time. No foundation this time, just to kind of see if I can spread out what I already used. Now, if I need to go back in, the good thing about this foundation is that because it's not so heavy, you can go back in and it still gives you a skin-like look. I'm also going over my eyelids to kind of blend out some of that concealer that I used to create the shape. Not too much, because I do like a little bit of a brightness under my eyebrow, but just not too much. Also go over the top. I'm not really concerned about messing up the line per se, because I can always go back over it. I just really don't want to have any harsh lines. So that is what the foundation looks like once blended completely. Okay, it still looks like my skin, and that's what I can appreciate about this Fenty Eaze drop. I'm gonna put a little bit of Vaseline on my lips because they feeling a little dry. So now that my foundation is blended in properly, what I'm gonna go in with is my Pat McGrath. I guess it's a concealer, but I use it as a contour color. Oh my gosh, let me tell you something about Pat McGrath. This is the color is just rich. Okay, so I go in, I start with my nose first. And I know the girls like, you don't like having a Negro nose, or you don't like having a bigger nose. And it's not that, it's just like, I just like the way that it looks. Actually, nobody has ever asked me that, but I like contouring my nose. So if you were to ever ask, this is why. I don't really care about whatever that is. I am black, and there is no question about that. So me wanting my makeup to look a specific type of way has nothing to do with whatever that is. So anyway, I work on my nose first, shaping that out. And I do take it into the brow a little bit, because it just kind of helps it look a little more chiseled, in my opinion. I'm gonna wrap it around my nose. The nose area is also where I like to put the least amount of foundation as possible, because of how much other stuff I'm going to use, because I'm going to conceal this and all this other stuff. So I don't really like to put a lot of foundation on my nose. Now that I've got my nose where I want it to be, I am going to go in with my Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Concealer. I use it in the shade 420. And can we just say, Rihanna really is not going to give us anything else besides Fenty. And I'm not mad at her. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to conceal the nose, the highlight on the nose. It might be a little crooked, I'm not tripping. I might take a few hits here, just a few. And then to kind of chisel that nose out a little bit more, I hit it this area, right at the corners of it. And then I'm gonna go in here and on the outer corner. I don't know why I decided to start doing just the inner and outer corner of my eyes. I feel like I saw it on maybe my favorites before, and I was like, okay, well, I'll just do it that way then. And then I hit the cupid's bow of my nose of my mouth and just a spot on my chin. Okay, bing, bam, boom. I'm going to take my beauty blender. It's not the expensive one. I got this right from H-E-B in the Wet n Wild section, and it also came with this cute little holder here, so I can set it like this. Now my beauty sponge is slightly damp. I don't feel like getting up to get it wet again, so what am I gonna do? Spray it with some of my Mario Badescu spray. Now what I'm going to do is just blend out everything I applied. I do blend my concealer upward because I have a round face and I want my face to look a little chiseled. I want it to look a little more lifted, so I blend upward. Remember, no harsh lines, girls. Blend that out as good as you possibly can. That way when you come back over it, you don't have to worry about doing that much work, because you have to do what you did on one side to the other. So I'm going to spray this down again, a couple sprays, quick, and then I'm going to go back in. I mentioned earlier that I went to New Orleans over the weekend. Let me tell you something. You don't know that you need a trip to New Orleans till you get there. And when I tell you, I had a nice little weekend with my girls, and I didn't know I needed it. If you can get away as much as possible before this damn Delta Theta Nu locks us down again. Girl, I know my damn camera. You can probably see what I'm doing a little bit better on this camera anyway, but I am on my cell phone because this camera here, oh, if she don't do nothing else, she gonna die. So if y'all have any suggestions on a better camera for me to do my work with, please. I haven't even used it in a month, so I didn't feel like I just needed to charge it, and it's already dead. Girl, but anyway, I'm back on my cell phone. So let me get this out of the way. Girl, that has been sitting there the entire time. Please. I'm gonna blend out the rest. All right, this ain't too bad. It's just gonna be hard for me to remember to look into the hole or the camera and not the screen. But I really do think you can see it a little bit better anyway. Now, I'm not one to let the concealer dry at all, but I had to because I had to let it dry a little bit because this is doggone camera. Passing all out, child. Once I get that blended in, what I do is I take my foundation brush and I just blend it out a little bit more, because again, the name of the game is no harsh lines. No harsh lines. You see how pretty that is? I'm not even done. Look how neat, look how clean that is. Okay? Don't worry, blending is what we're always gonna be doing. So you're gonna get there. It may look a little crazy, but you're gonna get there. But yeah, I'll be trying to get it to look as natural as possible. Not that I owe anybody that, but we're talking about an everyday look. So now I don't go too hard on the nose because I'm gonna hit it again with that contour color. But you see how neat and clean that is? I'm gonna hit this one more time. I can really do it in the screen now that I can see myself a little bit. Again, hitting that area right here. Taking this brush, blending that right back in. Not something that you have to do if you are not interested in a contoured nose, but I like the look of it, and so as I stated before, this is what I'm gonna do. I did want to talk to y'all about why y'all be acting like that with Lizzo, because you ain't gotta like her music, but you damn sure, just in general, going out of your way to be nasty to somebody has got to be one of the most absurd things you guys do. Next to that is y'all thinking that people need to take on your personal opinions. They need to feel how you feel about them. It's really ridiculous. And y'all do that a lot to women. And it's a lot of women who do that to other women. I just want y'all to know that you deserve happiness. You deserve the same happiness that you are trying to block these people from. Maybe if you spend more time doing things that make you happy instead of focusing on things that make other people feel sad, you might be able to get somewhere, okay? A lot of y'all wake up early in the morning to get y'all ass on Twitter and on Instagram, literally just to be nasty to people. And I genuinely want to know why. Anyway, back to the tutorial. First, I'm going to set all of my concealer with a little bit of translucent powder. Now this is one thing I didn't feel like I needed to spend big on. I remember using Laura, is that her name? Laura Mercier. That powder was really good. But also, girl, it's translucent powder. And so that's not what I'm gonna keep doing all the time. I'm really not. All right, so what I do is I'm going to line this area, and then boom. I want to make sure I get a sharp line here. I'm not one for setting or baking, certainly not for a long amount of time. You have to do what works for your skin, and I find that I don't really, that's another reason why I don't use primer. A, if the makeup is wearing off, then I'm more than likely ready for it to wear off anyway. But B, just because my skin doesn't, I don't know, it's not really that oily, so I don't feel like I need to try to, that's a need that I have. But you do what works for your skin type. This is just, I would say, because I did go get a facial a while ago, and she said that I had normal to dry. So me going over it a bunch of different times with powder and stuff doesn't really seem like the thing to do. So yeah, I set the under eye, set the nose, and place a little bit in the other areas. And the reason why I say a little bit is because I really don't need them to be that bright. As bright as they might come out. Now, I know a lot of y'all would say, well, why don't you just use a darker, what do you call it? A darker concealer, and the answer is because I don't want to. Thank you. Now, once I have my powder in the areas that I want, I go back in with my Pat McGrath contour color, and I'm just gonna hit the temple area right here where my widow's peak is. Give you one cute line there, and another one right there. So I'm gonna take this brush here. What do you call this brush? This is an expert face brush. So I'm gonna take this brush and blend my sides out, blend my cheeks out. Like to blend upward as much as possible. Yeah, I'm just gonna go around my face and just blend that out. I almost wish I was going somewhere now that I'm almost done. We're gonna hit this other side. This other side is a little hard for me. So basically what I'm doing is just adding the color back to my face. The color that the concealer and stuff might have taken out, I'm adding that back in. Again, you don't have to do your cheeks if you're not into that. I'm really not gonna go too hard. Like, I'm not gonna chisel it out. You can go underneath your chin if you feel like you want to be a little bit more sharp. I don't even know if you can really tell because I'm only using just whatever was left on the brush. I'm not adding any more product to it. But yeah, just adding a little bit more color back into my face. I'm liking the way it looks. Now, y'all might say that this is still considered baking, and if it is, that's fine. But in my head, I'm like, I'm not gonna sit here with this powder on my face for 1100 years. So now that I'm done blending out my contour color, what I'm gonna go in and do with this setting brush is just kind of get rid of that powder there. This does help blend a little bit too, but I'm still gonna go over it again with my foundation brush. So I'm just getting rid of that powder. See how much that's coming together? See how pretty that is? I'm not done. I realize there are still some areas, but for the most part, this looks nice. I'm gonna go back in with my foundation brush one more time. Well, not one more time, because I think I'm gonna do it once more once I get my, what do you call that? Once I get these lines in order. All right, so now that the foundation is pretty much done, blended, nice and neat, I'm now going to go in with my Milani Strobe Light highlighter. Let me tell you something. This color is so pretty. For the dark skin girls, and you like to look a little golden, this is what you do. So I'm just gonna blend that in. Boom. Boom. Okay. I'm gonna take a little bit to the tip of my nose and a little bit down the bridge. I'm gonna take this brush that I use to contour my nose with. No new product, just kind of blending that, making sure that it looks sharp like I want it. I'm gonna go in one more time with my foundation brush just to kind of blend that in, that highlight in. Then I'm gonna take my Bare Minerals foundation compact. This is what it looks like. Got a little bit of mess on it. And just tap around just to set everything in. Now, if you want to add a little bit more highlight after this, feel free. But for me, I don't know, I think I might be done with the highlight. That's it. I know I'm not going nowhere, but I'm gonna use it. This is pleasing to me. I am going to first take a cotton round and my micellar water and hit my lips, because I really don't like my lips to feel dry. And after all of that foundation and stuff, they are bound to feel dry. The skin is looking like a skin like makeup. I'm telling you, it really may be longer than what I wanted it to, the video, but it's simple. It's really, really simple. What I'm going to do next is kind of my favorite part. I'm going to be applying my lashes, and by mine I mean lashes from SeenASequel.com. I'm gonna be wearing my Icon lash because, again, we are talking about everyday look here, and these are a part of that. I love these lashes. All right. Now, if you have long nails, you might want to get you some tweezers to apply your lash, but since I got these nubs on, I don't really need any tweezers. I'm just applying my glue here. I also have glue on my website, SeenASequel.com. Now, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this on camera. I'm gonna try my best. Oh, no, I ain't gonna be able to do it. Hold on. I couldn't do it on camera, but I just want you guys to see the difference it makes. Again, this is the Icon lash. Get into it. Girl, we are almost done, okay? Now that I have both lashes on, you can really get into it. You really can get into it. And now, let's get to the lips. I wonder if I should put an outfit on by the finish of this. But I don't really feel like it, because as I said in the beginning, girl, I'm human. And I really might not get dressed today. But yeah, let's get started on the lips. For starters, I am going to be lining my lips, and you can use any old liner as I do. I'm using just a quick little brown and black liner that I got from the beauty supply. This is what they look like. So what I do first is I'm gonna go over it with the black liner, because the black one is obviously it's the darkest one. This is to help give my lips a fuller appearance, especially my top lip, because it disappears when I smile. I go over with the darker one, and then I'm gonna go in with the brown. Now the reason why I use black and brown is because, I don't know, I think in my head I have concluded that I think I wanted to look a little, I don't know, I guess more skin-like. It really could all be in my head, but I just always lay the foundation with black first. Now I'm gonna go over it with the brown. Now I will say that when I'm doing this, sometimes I do get a little bit over where I'm going, so I'll go back in with my foundation brush to kind of, you know, deal with it. All right, see that? Looks a little bit more like a natural dark line lip. Okay, that's what we're going for. Girl, she almost gone. But this is my Bed of Roses lip gloss from Eaze Sequel. I've told y'all 1,000 times about this gloss before. I really, really love it because it's not too much. I really didn't go too hard with the pigment. I just wanted I wanted it to be something that A, works for all skin tones, and B, is not so harsh because it's a gloss. So I'm just going to hit the center of my lip with my Bed of Roses gloss that smells so good, by the way. Now the thing about these wand brushes, and that's with any of them, is that I really hate that my pencil gets all over them, but it's fine. Next I'm gonna go in with my Milk and Honey gloss. Now I've told y'all this before, do not be fooled by the color of it, because it really is just like a nice clear, a little bit of a brown, but mostly just a clear tint. All right, so I'm gonna go over the whole lip with my Milk and Honey gloss. Okay, now once I have covered that with my Milk and Honey gloss, I'm gonna go in one more time. Maybe do a little bit more pink today. You have to go to Eaze Sequel and buy these glosses. This is what they look like on me. This is what they look like when combined and paired with the lip pencil as well. If you want, you can leave them like this, or you can go back over it like I do with your favorite clear lip gloss. I haven't created one yet, but I'm thinking about making one. One that kind of helps plump the lips as well. Tap that on there. And you guys can see that I have a mole here, and sometimes it gets a little faded with the makeup, so I'm gonna hit it with some mascara. I don't care what you think about it. All right, you know what? This deserves an outfit. Okay, so I did decide to put on a little bit of an outfit, and I really mean little. Like, it's a shirt. I'm gonna wear it one day on my Instagram, you'll see. But I was like, if I do wear it, what do you think? Do you think these glasses? Girl, I'm always with these glasses now. Do you think these? Oh, girl, so cute. We can go, you know. Are we giving sophisticated? These glasses kind of dirty though. Ooh, why y'all so nasty? Y'all get the gist. Are we giving nerdy tease? Nerdy tease. The words. Or, I mean, obviously still nerdy, bookworm. Or these. Let me know which one of these glasses you like. with this outfit whenever I do decide to wear it. Anyway, that's gonna wrap it up for today. My everyday look. I hope that it wasn't too much with the camera switching. This is not my first time having to switch cameras, but I really hope that that doesn't take away from anything with you guys when it comes down to this video. I hope that you really like it. Again, remember to shop with me at seenasequel.com if you want to get this look or get the items in this look, which are my icon lashes and my lip gloss. Actually, right now I'm having a sale for all 3 lip glosses. I probably should have picked it up, but I don't want to get up and walk away. I'm having a bundle with all 3 glosses. You get to save 15% with this bundle, and you get all 3 shades, okay? So yeah, don't forget to shop with me at seenasequel.com. Be sure to follow me on all forms of social media at the Tanaja J on Instagram, Sequel on Instagram. Thank you so much for sitting with me through this process. I hope you guys like it, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.